Hi everyone. So today we are going to discuss about how to create payment process profile in Oracle Fusion Payable Clouds. So how to enable or how to create payment process profile. In short form, we can use PPP. This stands for payment process profile. So it will comes under the accounts payable module. As I mentioned, functionality is that payment process profile PPP. So just theoretically, I would say that briefly, a payment process profile is a setup entity that controls payment processing, the payment method, and other invoice attributes drive the assignment of a payment process profile to each document payables. You can assign a payment process profile to each document payables. This tells Oracle Payments how to handle invoice, promissory notes, payments, and payment files during each each step of the payment process. So ideally, this PPP you can use for the when you make a bulk payments for suppliers. So here you can see in the top. So it tells about that what are the prerequisite setups are required and what are the other setups are required in the place. We can classify into different way of the setups here. One is link setup, control usage, specify payments formatting, printing and transmission, control creation of payments and payment files, and finally automatic report generation. These are the 5 classification of the types, or like the setups will be define your PPP. So link setup always it's the most important thing. Before we are going to creating PPP, we have to perform some of the mandatory setups. Those things comes under the link setups. So here you can see payment format, payment system and its payment system account, transmission configurations. So these are the 3 is the most important, or I would say is a prerequisites before we create a PPP. Okay. So payment format. So payment formats, it will tells us it will indicate the system which format we need to use, either it is electronic payment or check payment, right? So based on this payment formats only, it will derive it. And payment system and payments system account. It will comes from your banks, where you need to define these things, and along with the transmission configuration. Transmission configuration. Transmission is nothing but when you create a payment from the Fusion application. So after automatically the system will create a payment file which we defined in our own format or as a standard formats that will extract from the Fusion application, and it will transmit to your target application, which is nothing but as a which bank accounts the client has indicated, right? So it means that transmission configuration which we need to define before we use this PPP in the application. So ideally this transmission configuration will be given by your associated commercial banks where we are sending payment file to them. So this task will be taken care by under us as a PaaS application also, right? So those team will have the proper information where they can, once the file will get transferred from Fusion application to your PaaS application, right? So that's how we can define some link setups and control usage and specify payment formatting, printing and transmission. Here in this setup, what we are going to perform, specify payment formatting, how it is going to formatting the file, and printing and transmission. So how to create your printing of the check when you make a payment to the suppliers of the outstanding invoices, how the check has to printing. So what are the format you need to use, and what are the characters, and all those things comes under the your printing. And transmission, as I mentioned the below, is a transmission. How this payment file is going to be transmission to your target application from the phase application. And control creation of payments and payment files. Control this will I will show you in the application how it will, like, what are things that comes under the control creation of payments and payment files. And automatic report generation. So this is a very good thing in the triple P as a the tab automate report generation. So Oracle has with the flexibility the customers where they can use this triple P under that automate report generation. This automated report generation will gives a lot of flexibility when you create payment. So it will, there are certain setups are there where you can go and make a decision of it, how you can generate a report from the your payments. So that will get it once you will get into application. I'll show you of that. This is so orally triple P of the payable model. So let's get into application. Yeah. Here before getting to application, I mentioned here setups, offerings is financials, functional area is payments, task name is manage payment process profiles. Let's get into application, cancel it. Done. Here you can see setups, financials, offerings. Under that, you can see payments. Task name is nothing but as a manage payment process profiles. Just click on that. You'll see this screen where you are already landing on that. This screen will tell us how many existed triple P's already we created or somebody has created in the application. That's one thing. Second thing, this page will give the access to create new manage payment process profile here. If you want to see existing triple P's, then you can select any of the, if you know the what is the name of the triple P, that you can provide and click on search tab to find out. If you don't know, then you can give a blank search here, because already we have given the active state here. Based on that, it will extract the data. So these many things are already available in the application. So now what we are going to do, we can create our own triple P as per our customer needs. So for that, click on plus icon. Yeah. So this is the one. So the previously we discussed about these are the tabs. This is attributes, usage rules, payment system, payment files, grouping, reporting, additional information. So firstly, you can provide the name of the or own triple P. Let's say example, Amazon, or I would say AWS triple P. So my code is same as date is from date. We are going to use this triple P and select payment file format. So this is what I told you, where we have to create a payment file format before we create this triple P. Without this, we cannot create or complete of these setups. It's a mandatory. Okay. So time being, we can provide existing one, what we have is standard, which is given by Oracle. Standard check format. Processing type. Always we can see there are two types are there. One is electronically, second is printed. So based on this setup, see ideally any of the customers, what they will do, they will create a number of triple P's based on their need, as like if let's say example electronically and print. So there should be used to different PPRs for each one of them. So in this case, let's say electronic. So when I click on electronic, there are a couple of fields got enabled. If you go and click on again, electronic, you can observe it. See, likewise. When you click on printed, you can see the printer and other information over here. Right? So let's get into, yeah. So usage rules. So this is the one of the thing where we can specify these 4 mandatory attributes. It's not a mandatory attributes. We can provide as much we need it. Payment method. If your customer or your client is using any specific payment methods, you want to use this specific payment process profile, then you can choose one of the payment methods here. For now, we are using all. And disbursement account. You may get doubt how to specify payment methods here. Just go and click on specify, select, and then this will give the plus icon we can create over here. Likewise, you can create which already we have created existing payment methods. We can choose from them from the list of values here. Likewise, you can choose any of the payment methods which you needed here. For now, it is not required. Click on delete and keep it as all. Similarly, disbursement bank account. This is most important setup, disbursement bank account, where our company, or I would say the client, is going to make a payment towards their supplier outstanding invoices. So here ideally the client may have more than 2 or 3 bank accounts which they are using for the different kind of purposes. But here we need to specify which bank account you want to use it for making a payment to the suppliers. In this case, we can take as BOFA, Bank of America, which is existing one. Take it as this one is the specific bank account. It means that when I'm going to run the PPR batch payment, if I go and select this particular P, so automatically the payments will go through this specific bank account only. That's how we are telling to the system to determine and take a decision while make a payment. System automatically look the data. I mean to say which bank account we need to disperse the payments. Similarly, business unit. If your customer is using multiple business units, then you can specify any of the specific business unit where you want to use this specific P. In this case, I can use only for my demo purpose US business one. I'll choose it only US business. It means that what are the supplier invoices are importing or creating under this specific business unit only, it will pick for the payment. And currencies. So currencies is if already we have all of the currencies which we have across the globe, where already Oracle has given standard things. So you can choose as per the business. Let's say the example, we are in India now, so that I can choose my Indian currency, or let's say USD currency based on need. Likewise, you can choose all of them. So under usage rule, these are the 4 attributes are most important to define as auto populate when you create PPR batch. And payment system, this we can create when you transmit the file. As I mentioned that we can use which are the things we can use the payment system here. For now, it is not required. And payment. This is the one of the additional attribute here, which is given document grouping rules. So the name itself only you can understand it. Group the rules. So how we are going to make this grouping the attributes while we make a payment. You can see here unique remittance identifier and remittance message, due date, so on and so forth. Limitation also we can specify over here. So always don't go for any document limitation because it will give a lot of controls to the business users. Payment files. So this is another good one. Payment file complying letter format, outbound payment file prefix. Let's say example, just I can choose any of the here the letter format how you want to send it, but for now it's not required. And outbound payment file prefix in this sense, So as I mentioned in the earlier, when you complete the PPR batch payment, the system will generate the payment file. So for that, if you want to starts with your customer name, let's say example, AWAS. So when the payment file will get generated, automatically the system add this value in front of the file name. That's how it is works like. And outbound payments file extraction also you can provide it, and creation rules. So you can go by each one of the fields what we have here. Ideally, many of the customers or clients may not be use this all the things. Payment grouping rules, payment limits, and payment sorting, right? So these things are there. Grouping another one, same as it is like that. How we are going to group the transaction groupings. Payment date and disbursement bank account or ultimate debtor, charge barrier. So there are a couple of features they given us says that like a transaction grouping rules, how we are going to identify how we are going to group the specific installments while we create the PPR. And reporting. As I mentioned that in the PPT, so this is the automate generate report session. So here you can see payment file register and positive pay and separate remittance advice. So payment file register is nothing but which format you want to create it. So here you can see payment file register format, and here is one the document details. Example, we can provide this one. Here, there is a one checkbox called as automatically submit when payments are confirmed. When the payment file register has to generate it. That is what it is meaning of it. Automatically submit when payments are confirmed, which means that when we run the PPR, once the payments are confirmed by the application, everything goes well, then automatically the system will generate the payment file register, which you need to send for the bank. And positive pay file. This is one of the other thing where we can restrict or reduce the fraud in terms of the payments. So this file automatically generated and sent to the bank where we are already associated with them. The reason being which we can use this payments pay file is that positive pay file is that this file will generate and we send send it to bank where they can have the copy of that, which are the payments which we have issued to our suppliers. So when the suppliers is going to present honor the check into the bank account, so the bank will they will cross check and cross verify the instrument number which we given to them. So this is one of the good functionality where we can reduce the risk and avoid the fraud kind of things. Can choose in format here like this. Prefix, if you want to give as a prefix AWS, and separate remittance advice. This is another one which is tells about that when you make a payment to any suppliers, automatically they will notify the remittance advice details. That is a real-time world, right? So in this case, how we are going to use that? This is the specific format already we have. Automatically submit when payments are confirmed. Here you can see notify payment file register after confirm the payments are confirmed here. Similarly, automatically submit when payments are confirmed. Allow multiple copies for payment file also, which you can use of them. So this is another benefit to the organization along with the suppliers also. Whenever the company is going to make a payment to them, against their open transactions, it's open invoices, automatically the system will send one email notification to the supplier based on the supplier site configurations, says that this is the notification which we are receiving from the bank, and the client is going to making a payment of these are the list of invoices. For that we can use this functionality, and here you can see conditions, all payments or whatever the things we can use out. And delivery method, which method you want to use it, either email or fax or printed, or ideally you can use email with the PDF as attachment. Likewise. So this is additional information which is not much required. So this is how we can create our PPP structures. I mean to say, like, the configurations in the Fusion application. Once everything's completed, then cross check all of them and click on save and close the tab. So this is how we can create a P in the Fusion application. Thanks for watching my video. Please do subscribe. We'll get more this kind of information for across all the Fusion modules in the upcoming videos. Thanks once again.